Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets, presented by BettingPros. You know me, know the voice of the guys, me, really real, feeling real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service.
Bing bang, bing bang, bing bang, bing bang, bing bang, bing bang, bing bang,
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
bing bang, bing bang, bing bang, bing bang, bing bang.
It was so good. It was so good. If you didn't catch the social media play, you had a day. This is why we ladder. This is why we bet. This is why we're sports bettors for moments like this right here. And then there's people that will ask you, do you think there's ever a day that you'll give up sports betting?
I'm not going to, so quit asking.
That's
I'm
it.
not going to, so quit asking.
Nothing else to talk about here. It was such a good day. Oh, it was so good. Aaliyah Boston climbed the top of the points ladder.
Bing bang,
I mean, we had Aaliyah Boston over 14 and a half points, 20 plus points, all the way up to 25 plus points at 10-1. A 10-1 bet just hit last night. All right. I might. All right. It's time to lock in. Let's go hit some more. Let's go do some more. That's all I got to say about that one. What's next? I'm ready for the next thing. I'm ready for the next one. Alyssa Thomas over 9.5 assists ladder. This is the one that I cheated you on. I only gave out the step ladder on Alyssa Thomas plus 275 for 12 plus assists. But guess what? She got the 15. Only player in WNBA history with back-to-back 15 plus assist games. Only player in WNBA history with 15 plus assists and 15 plus rebounds. AT. AT and Aaliyah Boston coming through on a night that I needed it. For some reason on social media, I gave out Azurá Stevens over 12 and a half points. It would have been a lot better of a day, and I could have played the sweep sound effect if I just didn't add the Azurá Stevens play or, played anybody outside of Azurá Stevens in that game. So, sucks there, but you know what? It is what it is because I will take a couple of bets cashed plus 275. I believe it was to plus 245 for the 20 plus, and then 10-1 on the 25 plus for Leah Boston. Yeah, I will take all of that. Thank you. All right. It says 2 and 3 on the week, but it's a really, really good week with all the plus money that we cashed yesterday. Yesterday was a really, really, really good day with Aaliyah Boston and Alyssa Thomas, and I'm trying to replicate it. All right. I have 3 plays, I guess, that I'm officially going to give out to you. 2 that I'll really, really talk about. But before we get to that, I have to remind you all about the Discord. That is bettingpros.com/chat to get into that Discord. Look, all you have to do is hop in there. You will get access to the Fast Break Bets channel, the Daily Juice channel, the 2 podcasts that you have to be listening to all the time. But then we have a whole bunch of daily chat rooms where you can get into the WNBA, MLB, MMA player props. I got Erickson also working there at Fantasy Pros, Betting Pros. He hops in the NFL channel all the time, and they're talking about futures, fantasy, week 1, all these different bets. So make sure you go lock in bettingpros.com/chat to get into that Discord. bettingpros.com/chats. All right, let's get into it. The first game on the slate, talk about tips off 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast. I guess you could kind of say this is a rivalry because I just feel like Asia Wilson versus the Dream is a rivalry, but Asia Wilson and the Las Vegas Aces going up against the Atlanta Dream. Dream are laying 3, 161.5 is total. Aces are on a 11-game win streak. quick thoughts. I think this is the game the Aces lose, not just because they're on the road and they're a dog, but more of they just beat this team by 2 very recently at home. You have the Dream, who play better, slower defensively at home. And you add to the fact of who do the Las Vegas Aces have on deck? The Minnesota Lynx, the last team that they lost to, and the team that they lost to by 50 plus points. So this feels like a little bit of a look ahead, kind of smelling yourself. You just beat the Atlanta Dream spot, and the Dream come in there, have a really, really stout game defensively, and smoke them. I didn't get there on Dream -3, but I did get there on under 161.5 for the game. In fact, the Atlanta Dream have been very, very good to the number of under 161.5 over the course of the entire season, hitting at 57%. You look at what's been going on in the last 5 games for these two teams in this matchup. They have hit the under in the last 5 straight, 7 of the last 10 games as well. This has been profile, and that's especially with 2 years of really bad defensive aces squads, and they've still been going under the total in these matchups. So I think that this will be a spot where, one, the Aces defense has been playing better defensively, and I have to give them that credit. Over the past 5 games, it's been a large step up from where they've been over the course of the entire season. And if they play like that, it gives me hope because the Atlanta Dream run the slowest pace at home. They are dog slow, especially with the Jordan Canada. Jordan Canada was the point guard that they had that can kind of alter the pace and speed things up and keep them going and keep the offense initiated and pushing the tempo and getting them running up and down the court. But without her, it's not as much, and it's a lot slower. And you're playing out of the half court a lot more. And defensively, they're so good, and they're forcing 24-second violations and using up a bunch of clock and forcing teams to put up bad shots. So, like, I think this is going to be one of those games where it's going to be maybe not the most efficient game for everybody on the Aces and the Dream, not named Asia Wilson. So I like under 161.5. And with that, I also still like Asia to go over her 23.5 points. And I'm going to let you in on a secret. I'm at the point with the games left of the season and how tight that I think the MVP race is, because I don't know who I would vote for, because I've been saying all year that Fee is walking into this MVP, but watching Asia do what she's doing right now, it makes me really, really hard to believe that people are not about to vote her for MVP. So I'm going to just continue to take their overs every game. Fee Asia, Fee Asia, Fee Asia, Fee Asia, Fee Asia, every single time. Don't even matter to me. Every single time I'm going to take the over. I don't think they're going to be stopping this last little stretch of the season. I really don't. I think they're coming out for blood. I think both of the head coaches know what's on the line here, and they're going to give them every opportunity to put up as many points as they can. So Asia has been over last 5 games against the Dream, over 23.5. I told you that you should know this is kind of like a rivalry. The Dream, a lot of Dream fans are South Carolina fans, so they will be out there deep. It's going to feel like a home game for Asia Wilson in this arena. Fans are going to come out. I'm pretty sure South Carolina, like the University of South Carolina, buses people whenever Asia goes to play in the Atlanta Dream. They bus people from Columbia all the way to Atlanta to go see the game. So it's going to be a healthy contingent at this game. So Asia, I think she's going to have another good game playing Atlanta yet again. And I have one more play for you. But before I talk about that, I got to remind you about WNBA prop bet cheat sheet. Make sure you go over there and get that WNBA prop bet cheat sheet, bettingpros.com/WNBA props, or download the Betting Pros app. They have the top player prop picks based on our projections and the sportsbook lines, and they're updated daily with all recommended stat categories. So make sure you go check it out over there in the Betting Pros app or bettingpros.com/WNBA props. All right, let's talk about well, it's not the late game because it tips off at 8. 2 games going off at the same time tomorrow. Appreciate it, WNBA. Well, I guess the staggered start is slightly appreciated, but not really. Connecticut Sun on the road going to play the Dallas Wings. Sun are laying 4. 162.5 is the total. First of all, this is a total bowl game. Where's my drop? There we go. All right. I would never lay 4 points with the Connecticut Sun. I'm sorry. I would play Dallas Wings. But if I'm going to play Dallas Wings, I'm going to just take the better route and just play Paige Bueckers over 18.5 points. She's been really good. She's at 21 in both of her games against the Connecticut Sun earlier this year. No, let me not say that because I don't think the Sun are good defensively. But I do think they have very good defensive pieces in Layla Lacan and Sanaya Rivers, the two rookies. But I don't think that style of defense is doing anything with you versus Paige right now. And she's had back-to-back games where she kind of didn't shoot the ball the best. She's coming off 3 games removed from the 44-point game. She's been uber good over the course of the entire season. And I think that this is going to be a moment where she just headhunts and just gets her shot every single time. Like, I'm not really too concerned about the rim protection on the inside. In fact, the Connecticut Sun are towards the bottom in terms of points in the paint. And Paige has been driving inside and getting to the paint and scoring buckets a lot recently. I mean, if you want to just go back and see a mixtape, go look at that 44-point game, and she shows you where she can score on literally all 3 levels. And while I think Lacan and Rivers are going to be good defensively in ball denial for Paige once she gets the ball in her hands, and they've been pretty good about moving her off ball and getting the ball into her hands, I don't think she's going to be able to be stopped. I think this is another ladder situation. I didn't even mention the ladder for Asia Wilson, but I think this is definitely a ladder for Paige Bueckers as well. And I'm going to be playing both ladders, actually. So Bueckers, 18.5 points, the baseline. You can get all the way up to 25 points at plus 430. And if you want to even go further than that, I mean, 30 points is plus 1260. Jesus Christ, I can't believe they actually have a line on that. But 25 plus feels good at plus 430. So I do like a ladder on Paige today, as well as can I talk? As well as Asia. There we go. So Paige and Asia ladders are going to be tipping off today, but I think Paige Bueckers is going to have a really good game here and a nice bounce back spot against a team that I just don't think the on-ball defenders are going to be enough. And Paige is as efficient she is. I think she's going to carry the scoring workload. And for some reason, Connecticut Sun are laying 4 on the road here, so I think that we'll see a little bit of a letdown against this Dallas team that really has something to fight for. Both of these two teams with 9 wins. I think that we're going to come out here and see a little bit of fireworks and what is more of a quote unquote playoff atmosphere with the level of competition, but not in the actual talent of the hoops. Because again, both of these two teams, 9-win squads. All right. That's all I got for you. Right here. Asia Wilson over 23.5. I'm going to ladder that up to 30. Give me the Aces Dream under 161.5. And then Paige Bueckers, over 18.5 points. Take her up to 25 as well. I'm at reallyreal__. Make sure you give me a follow on X at BettingPros on X and TikTok at BettingPros NFL on Instagram and YouTube.com/BettingPros, where you can subscribe, comment on any fast break bets video, and have a chance to win a signed Dominique Wilkins Hawks jersey at the end of the month. And with that, that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. We are out of here.